And I'm back with more Danganronpa. I was closer to the end of the investigation phase of Chapter 3 than I thought, but I still took a break for the last couple of days. It was smart. But let's get to the thing, shall we? I don't know what that voice was. I don't think I'm ever going to do it again. But whatever. Things just happen. With my voice, I think. Examine the corpses? Can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer? Anyway, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. I guess we'll head that way. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment she seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma-file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little uncomfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike people that much? No, that's not it. You said he had a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Most likely broke when he had an encounter with the assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometimes just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, his watch was definitely not broken.
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
However...
And that's not all. Take a look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right.
Makoto.
You try to pry it out? Me?
Because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to grasp his cold hand, the ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey.
Is that all in his hand? That's it. Just a scrap. Doesn't seem like much, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Turn to
then...
Hifumi's body. Let's check his body for now. Perhaps he left a few clues of his own. The biggest problem I have now is how he was able to move the massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to hear the repository, all the way to the first and third floor. Did you find anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him.
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants. I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? So
Why is that?
it was just his pants, not his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look. When I think it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, better be important or I'll never forgive you for this. A note.
so...
That sounds very familiar. That's it! The same thing Hero said! And he was telling us the truth.
However,
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? The time is different. Hero told us the note was at 1 a.m. But the note said to meet at 6.
is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
So...
Part of it's been torn off. Is there some meaning to that part being ripped up? Maybe you could explain a bit more? Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? How would it have been important like that? Because it'd be a mere scrap of paper. If that's what you need to answer.
Hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one more thing. The 2 victims this time definitely had their handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this
is
time?
that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said is they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. It may play a role? Now, I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself, and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. Everyone heard this proclamation, and they gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were there...
Monokuma appeared!
Ah! He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because it's an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Yeah, can you guys tell which one's the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can you just get on with the elevator already?
Boy, tough
You're
crowd.
not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay. Hey, hey!
And then if everyone's here, then please get ready to go and board the pain train. I mean, elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's
Pain train. Okay, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't just run away anymore. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it. We're serious.
Hmm.
That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? No, but... How unfortunate. Then it seems we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we're in the courtroom.
That's right.
Let's get down there first, and the story can really begin. Good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two who lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is someone right here. I took one last deep breath and exhaled. I began to walk toward the elevator, and once everyone was on board, the doors closed on their own. So many less people. I'm not sure how long it was until it came to a stop. We opened up a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things? Huh? Do you really hate me that much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action class trial right after this commercial break. I never hold on to you like that. Hold out on you? Well, get to your assigned seats. Hooray, I guess. Let's go. That's skills. Okay, so 2. Completely steadies your aim. That's pretty nice. Focus gauge to pieces. Ooh. Damn. Pretty good. Okay. We got this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation. If you can, I'll... No!
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence, blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or before everything else, we need to make that clear.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all...
No, what's wrong?
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
Also, good job just mentioning Alter Ego exists right in front of Monokuma, dork.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What? Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice?
The Illuminati.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
I got it!
Still one more thing. The dolly!
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp. It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We
Ouch.
all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean. So maybe I can change your mind by maybe doing it right this time. If I could just explain why the dolly must have been moved. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Not really, but sure. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient. At the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the button won't be enough. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the square button. Just without locking on, you'll have to press it in time with the tempo marker. Ugh. You will automatically reload. We will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I've said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yeah.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
You miserable wretch! I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Okay, I didn't lose too much there. That was kind of annoying. I can see
You're
why that'd
asking
be
for proof
annoying
that
to
the
try
dolly
and do it
moved.
that way.
I have
But I
it
did it
right
alright.
here.
Okay.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jesus, Celeste really hate me that
Well,
much?
anyway, that was
Yeah,
just
I
something we had
belched.
to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how it was moved? What do you mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp.
I like not
Then
having to
loaded it
move
onto the
around.
dolly and wheeled it
Tranquility's
off,
so
right?
good. Look at this.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember? When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance because you can't take it off for yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without...
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
You'll notice that she's taking a lot of screen time here. I think you can kind of guess where this is going.
The individuals inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Now, to be fair, with so many people dead, somebody had to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then. Let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second, and soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
And then... At that, while Sakura, Byakuya...
yeah, this is all just recapping stuff we know.
I left Celeste in...
mean we must because...
And that's then the... But right after we ran...
Okay, this is all
Then
just
we
recapping
remember.
stuff. I'm just gonna get through
But when
this
we
stuff
next
a bit.
send out...
Select which is...
Okay.
I think that about cut...
I see. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well... If that's true...
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. Well, I will get to that, but, okay. Boop. Now that, especially with certain trials going forward, they're gonna go from like hour and a half to an hour and 50 to like 2.5 to even 3.5 hours in later games. So I'm just gonna have to deal with that as the problem, you know. But again, I want to try and avoid another hour-long episode if I can, because the ending to Mondo's took a long time. So I might have to extend the second episode longer, but who knows? Like, if they end up being 4 episodes, they end up being 4. If they're 5, they're 5. It's gonna happen anyway, so I'm just gonna have to be smart about it. But whatever. I'm gonna save it, as I did there. And I will see you next time.